tonight we're making a stuffed pork tenderloin. We're going to be stuffing it with parsley, cilantro, garlic, olive oil, some lime peel. It's going to be delicious. We'll show you how to cut the pork properly here in a second, but let's get to the stuffing. We've got roughly a cup of cilantro and a cup of parsley, and we're just going to put a rough chop to it. The technical name for this is a chimichurri, which is from Argentina, so thought you'd like to know a little location about this great sauce, this great stuffing. We've chopped up all the parsley and all the cilantro. Gonna add 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of garlic, minced garlic, because nothing's bad with garlic. Right now, some crushed red pepper flakes, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon, just add a little flavor. It's a big pork loin, so we got a lot of meat to cover. Gonna do some lime shavings of the peel, which is the zest of the lime. Okay, now roughly 2 tablespoons of olive oil, just enough to kind of moisten it up and turn into more of a spread, so you can smear it on the pork. And then a little bit of salt. Coarsely ground black pepper. That's your chimichurri. Now it's time to go carve up the pork so we can smear this stuff on and get her going on indirect heat outside over hickory. All right, now we're going to cut the tenderloin in a way that we can spread it out and then put the stuffing in, and then we're going to be tying it up. So the first cut is right down the middle to maybe 1/2 inch to the bottom. So spread her out a little bit. Now we're going to go cuts kind of parallel to the cutting board. This is just going to allow it to be spread out. You want to have a really sharp knife for this. As you can see, that spreads it out a little bit more. And then the same cut over here with this piece. Okay, so that spread it out very nicely. Now we're ready to start applying the stuffing, the chimichurri. All right, we've got her spread out, and now we're going to take this delicious chimichurri. We're going to dump it into the meat. Kind of smear it around a little bit. Use it all. It's going to be a lot of flavor, a lot of freshness and flavor when you cut into this pork. And again, we're doing it on indirect heat. It's a pretty big piece of meat. We want to get up to about 145, 150 degrees internal temperature. We're doing it over hickory and charcoal, so we'll have that nice flavor. And then on the outside, we'll probably just put a little salt and pepper, maybe a pork rub, but I don't think we're going to get too complicated with it. So now, we'll be right back. We're going to roll it up and tie it. We're going to roll her up. Well, that's going to be gorgeous. Already is gorgeous. Now some people like to take the fat off this cut. I personally like to leave the fat cap on because it really adds to the moistness in my opinion, and pork loin can dry out pretty quick if you're not careful. So I know there's all kinds of fancy knots to tie, but you don't really need it. The thing is, don't tie it real tight. Go ahead, Emmy. Don't tie it real tight because the meat will swell as it cooks, and that won't be real cool. It'll kind of bust out of the string or just bust the meat out, whatever.
You have an important job tonight, Emily.
I do.
Okay. And again, I know there's technical knots that are better than these, or maybe more professional, but whoever said I was professional. Okay, one more.
Playing a lovely tune. What were you playing, Emily?
Blue Moon.
Just trim off these strings so they don't burn. The moistness of the pork will keep the cotton strings from burning. Don't use nylon string, please. Get cotton. Nylon will melt and it really adds a distasteful flavor to really anything. All right, we're now gonna just put a little bit of seasoning, kind of coarsely ground black pepper, and a little kosher salt. I wish you guys could smell the stuffing. It smells really fresh. You can smell the lime and the garlic. It's really going to be delicious. More salt. It's a big piece of meat, so you really shouldn't be too bashful about seasoning it. And a little bit more black pepper. One other thing real important, and I did this because this is barbecue my way. Those big pieces of meat in particular, it's really important to let that meat come to room temperature. Otherwise, we're going to end up with something cooked, kind of well done on the outside and really kind of rare on the inside. You don't want that for pork. So we'll be out here grilling in a second. We'll be right back. We just put some fresh pineapple on for grilling over the direct heat. Pork's ready to come off. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. How gorgeous does that look? This pineapple is going to be grilled over direct heat. Flip it a little bit. It's going to be a nice, warm, sweet, caramelized complement to this great pork. We're going to bring this pork in, let it rest for about 10 or 15 minutes. It'll come up another 10 degrees. Putting it right at 160, 155, 160. We'll carve into it. We'll take some pictures. All right, we've let it rest for about 15 minutes. Let's carve into this puppy and see what we got. I've already taken the twine off for the string. Got a nice smoky flavor. And you can smell the smoke from this. Oh man, perfect. My camera person's getting way too close, so it's hard for me to cut this. But oh my gosh, when you cut into it, you can smell all those beautiful herbs again and the garlic. Oh, it's perfect. We're ready to eat. Thanks for joining us here at Barbecue My Way. We'll be back with another great episode with some great food. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe, rate, comment.